Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today I'm making a Thai-inspired chicken and rice noodle salad. Salad is one of my family's favorites. We eat it anytime we want something a little bit lighter and fresher, but still packed with flavor. So I'm starting with the dressing for our salad. I have a little measuring cup here, and to that I'm going to add half a cup of low sodium soy sauce. And this is an ingredient that is an awesome pantry staple. You can make so many different Asian inspired dishes with soy sauce, so definitely have this on hand. Okay, half a cup. And then to that, I'm adding a quarter cup of rice vinegar. I just wanted to read the label. I think this is unseasoned. They have other ones that are seasoned, which I've never tried. I don't know exactly what the difference is, but I'm using regular rice vinegar. Has kind of a milder flavor than like a regular white vinegar. It's really good. Okay, so a quarter cup goes in with our soy sauce. And then to that, we're gonna add the juice of 1 lime. So to get the juices flowing, you can kind of roll it a little bit on your cutting board. And we'll just slice it in half. I'm gonna use my little citrus juicer here, and you've got the green compartment, so that's for limes. It's a little bit smaller than the yellow one. Fits right in there. I love the smell of limes. Oh, so fresh. All right, there's the other half. So all in all, that's about a tablespoon of lime juice in case you're just using some out of a little container. That's fine too. Next, I have 2 cloves of garlic, which I peeled. Today I'm just going to use my garlic press because that's going to give it a really fine consistency so it'll distribute evenly in our dressing. That was me stirring it. All right, so there's 1 clove. We'll get the other one going. And I'm just going to use my knife to kind of scrape off. There we go, all that garlic. Next, for a little sweetness, I'm adding 2 spoonfuls of light brown sugar. You could even use regular sugar if that's all you have. That'll work. And then you can either add red chili flakes, which is like a dried spice, or I'm trying to use this up because I only use a tiny bit at a time, so this is going to last me forever. It is a chili garlic sauce. So this doesn't need to be refrigerated. It just sits in my pantry, and again, it's another thing I can use in a lot of Asian dishes to kind of spice it up, give it a little extra flavor. So I'm just going to start with like maybe a teaspoon, maybe a half a teaspoon. We'll stir that in, and I'm probably going to test it out and just see how spicy that is, and then we'll go from there. So you just want to stir it a little bit so that the sugar dissolves, and then all these flavors start to combine, and I'm going to give it a little taste. Let's see. Moment of truth. I'm a wimp, so this might be too hot for me. Let's see. Oh no, actually that's really good, and especially it's going to cover the whole salad. Like it has a little kick to it now, but it's gonna be perfect. That is awesome. Okay, there's one more thing we need to add, and that is fresh green onions. So I'm gonna grab those behind me and chop them up. I have 8 scallions here, green onions, that I washed off, and then I just chopped the bottoms and tops off so they're nice and even. And I'm gonna use all of these in the dish. Half are gonna go into the dressing, and then half are gonna be sprinkled in throughout the salad. So I'm just gonna chop them all up right now. Half of these onions are going to go into our dressing, so I'll just sprinkle those in, and then I'll reserve the other half for when we assemble our salads. So I got a clean spoon. I'm just going to stir this together and then set it aside so that all the flavors can marry together. In addition to the green onions, I have 1 seedless cucumber, 3 carrots, 1 yellow bell pepper. You could use any color that you like. I just like all the different colors together here. And then I have about a half a bunch of fresh cilantro. So I'm going to chop all of these things up. Now, you can dice them up however you want. With the carrots, I have to peel them first before I chop them. I think today I'm going to use a box grater to kind of grate them up into fine pieces, just because then that disperses them throughout the salad. But you can also use your vegetable peeler and actually peel, I'll do it a little bit here. You can peel ribbons of carrot and put that in your salad too, and that makes for a really pretty presentation. You could also do that with your cucumbers too, whatever works for you. So let's cue the music for a veggie cutting montage. Next, I'm going to prepare the chicken. So today I have 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I'm just going to cube up into bite-sized pieces, and then we'll cook them in our skillet. I have 1 tablespoon of olive oil heating up on the stove in my skillet over medium-high heat. And next to it, I have a pot of boiling water. So as the chicken cooks, I'm also going to be boiling my rice noodles. Now I wanted to show you how they come. I found these just in like the international foods aisle at my grocery store. These are called rice sticks, so they're like a very thin rice noodle. Now the instructions on the back say that you should just soak them in hot water for 10 minutes, but I prefer the texture when you actually boil them. They're not quite as gummy. I like them a little bit softer. So I'm just going to cook this like I would a regular noodle for about 10 minutes in boiling water, and then we'll drain them and use them for our salad. I also wanted to mention that I'm going to cook 1 chicken breast at a time. It's a little bit easier for the chicken to cook quickly and to brown evenly if it has a little room in the pan. If you put too much meat in at one time, it's kind of going to steam and not get nice and golden brown like you want it to. So my noodles are going to go in the boiling water, and my first chicken breast is going to go into the skillet. As you can see, my chicken is getting nice and golden brown on the outside. I'm just going to take a little bit of the dressing and pour it in, just a splash, give it a little bit of flavor. Just before it's finished cooking. So I'm going to turn off my heat in between batches and just remove my chicken to a plate over on the side here. And then I'll do the same thing with my second batch of chicken. I don't even think I need to add any more oil into the pan. It looks good. So I'll add the chicken in, a little splash of the dressing, and then we're also almost ready to drain our noodles. So I'm using the new silicone strainer that my husband got me to drain the noodles. We'll have to see. I hope they're not too fine for the holes. They look good. And then you have to rinse these noodles with cold water so that it stops the cooking and also prevents them from sticking together. Just turn on the cold water. And a little rinse, and then I'll drain it again. It smells so incredible in here, so let's assemble our bowl. First, I'm going to dress the noodles just to give them a little bit of flavor. So I'm going to take the majority of our dressing and pour it over the noodles, just like that. We'll reserve a little bit just in case you want to pour it over the top at the end. But I'm taking a pair of tongs here and just tossing the noodles around in the dressing to coat them. This will flavor them and also help them from not sticking together. Ooh, it smells good. So I'm going to start by grabbing some of these noodles. I find that tongs are the easiest tool to use. This is kind of a pro tip too. When you grab any kind of pasta with tongs, you just kind of twist the tongs as you release it, and it makes a nice little pile in the middle of your bowl, just like that. Very pretty presentation. Next, I tossed all my fresh veggies together with the cilantro. They look awesome. So I'm going to take a big, several big scoops of these. Oh, and I wanted to mention too that in addition to cilantro, you could use fresh basil or fresh mint, whatever herbs sound good to you. And then lastly, over here I have my chicken. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and sprinkle that over the top. Looks good. One other finishing touch that I like to add is peanuts. So these are just roasted, unsalted peanuts, and I'm going to sprinkle a handful over top just for a little bit of crunch. And now I get to give it a taste. Oh wow. Super flavorful. I'm glad I added that chili garlic sauce to it because of that just little bit of spiciness in the background. Lots of crunch, lots of freshness. This is so incredibly delicious. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with another family recipe. For the full recipe, check the description box below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen.